war of words between Raila Odinga and Deputy President William Samoei Ruto over the KEMSA scandal has been raging. As usual, it turned into a political match between the Deputy President and opposition leader Raila Odinga. These two have been friends turned foe in political circles, politically speaking, because they have worked together in the same government, as happened during the Grand Coalition government headed by Mwai Kibaki, and in ODM, Orange Democratic Movement politics. And now they seem to have fallen apart because they're in different camps. Essentially, they're in the same government, but working at cross purpose because of opposition leader Raila Odinga working with the government through the handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta, and Deputy President feeling the political heat of kind of being sidelined. There have been many statements released by the Orange Democratic Movement about the KEMSA scandal, actually looking like it's a government position where they called for speedy investigations into the scandal. But Deputy President William Samoei Ruto would hear none of that.
Your double speak is so loud. Yes. And your double standards are so obvious and so glaring that it doesn't matter where we look, they are obvious. From telling us take political responsibility, to telling us people must step aside, to telling us people must be taken to court. Now you are telling us, no, let's do a special audit.
In fact, according to legislators allied to the Deputy President, ODM is part of corruption at KEMSA. And in a statement which they released, led by Soy MP Kalbu Kositanyi, they said that 2 ODM MPs are part of the KEMSA scam. And that is why, according to them, they were trying to hide the truth by supporting a long process of investigations. In fact, Kalbu Kositanyi alleges that the culprits have been made to make statements, to write statements in their own houses instead of going to the DCI or other agencies as is usual.
There are those who are looking for this so-called special audit because they are looking for detergents and sanitizers for the laundromats they run. Ndio wanatafuta hii, wanasema unajua hii, ndio watafute mahali ya kwenda kutengeneza ile mosho moja.
Raila Odinga has himself been stating the party position, and I want to quote partly, that the position of the party in the allegations, which means the KEMSA issues of corruption in COVID-19 related resources, is that the government needs to conduct a thorough and urgent audit of all the funds that have been put at the disposal of various state agencies, departments, and ministries to fight this pandemic with a view to establishing the facts on the usage of such resources. That is what Raila Odinga said in a statement and in various other places. In fact, he defended his party, and he cited many campaigns against the corruption in before. He cited, for example, the sale of the Grand Regency Hotel, the maize scandal or maize scams, the Anglo leasing, as some of those cases where his party waged war on the vice in a very systematic manner.
We are talking about the theft of the dams, and figures are there. Don't come and tell us that it was not 20 billion, it was only 7. Let the investigation authorities complete the investigations. Who are you to tell us? How did you know? You are the thief who is trying to show us that, oh, the other thief running away.
Wale wanatuambia ya kwamba tumepoteza bilioni 21 Kimwarer na Arua. Watuambie hiyo taarifa wametoa wapi. Ile pesa imelipwa ni bilioni 7. Na hiyo pesa bilioni 7 ambayo imelipwa haijapotea.
Clearly, if we look at history, these two leaders are very strong-headed individuals, and it is not easy. It is easy to understand, rather, why the war of words is now here. And since they have parted ways in the opposition towards the 2013 and 2017 election, and later the handshake, the two strong leaders have had several public spats, so that we now understand this within this context. It is not out of proportion. What is for sure is that these public spats show us analytically several issues. One, that the two politicians have worked together. That is for sure. We have seen this before, and have very large following in the country, and therefore their views on any public issues is emotionally followed, and there's a lot of rhetoric online and otherwise from the two camps. Secondly, that the handshake in March 2018 teaches us that this handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga actually completely unsettled DP William Ruto, who has looked for any slight opportunity to attack his friend, now turned foe, Raila Odinga, because strategically this handshake looks set up to mess his 2022 political mathematics. And KEMSA here provided an ample opportunity. 3, that the public spats and the deepening public animosity between the DP William Ruto and Raila Odinga has never been based on genuine differences over perhaps policy and ideology. In fact, in this particular one, it may be from perhaps a more political rooted issue in what we will call an atavistic versus us versus them mentality. That is what I will call it. And fourthly, the Spats have also all from the form, they have taken a form in the shape of emotionally motivated electoral competition, all focused on 2022 Uhuru succession, in which it is expected that the two politicians, very strong-headed, will face each other for the top seat. Number 5, that the public spats between the two leaders have got to do with priming and setting the agenda and issues for the 2022 elections. This part is clear. It is an attempt at removing corruption from the table of discussion on the 2022 competition between the two. So no, the one party here does not want to see that on the table. So how else you fight over it publicly so that people cannot tell the difference. Number 6 is that at the basic level, tracing actually this feud between Honorable Raila Odinga and DP William Ruto, I'm able to see what I can preliminarily call, basically, I can call it a war of ideas. Do I see it? No, I don't. It is a matter of feuding about visions, both at what Kenya is and what it should become. Raila and DP William Ruto, their visions on many, many matters, if you follow their history, they differ ideologically. And therefore, all these feuds, because this is not the first, can be traced to ideology. The two politicians ideologically are far apart. In conclusion, what we can say is that Raila and DP Ruto spat, because this is not the first, it is not the last. It is a clear evidence of Kenya's past and present, and an attempt at writing the future of this country. So we can actually summarize this spat and spats before and the spats to follow, that they may actually increase as we proceed towards the 2022 elections. And the DP, as the heir apparent, because as deputy president, you want to be president. Raila Odinga on this other side is also strategically planning to run for the top seat. So this will increase as we move towards 2022, and we ain't seeing anything yet. So prepare for more, but basically, there are those important issues which I've summarized for you, and we'll be summarizing others in future analysis. It's bye for now.